Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look. This is my version of a soft summer makeup look. It's inspired by the weather that we're having around here this time of year. I'm right outside of the Philadelphia area, and this is the first time this year that it's really starting to feel like summer, and it's right on time because Memorial Day is coming up. So just because, you know, it's starting to feel like summer, I'm getting into like the summer looks, and I just figured I would start off with doing kind of like an everyday type of summer look. So let's jump right into the video so I can show y'all how I came up with today's makeup. Okay, so I'm going to be wearing a matte foundation today because it's something that I think will hold up nicely in warm weather on my skin, but I do want like a subtle glow on my skin too. So I'm going to start off with the Iconic London Prep Set and Glow Spray. So it looks like this, but then you have to shake it, and then you get all of that glow stuff going on in the bottle. So I am going to spray a very generous amount of this all over my face. So on camera, my face probably just looks wet, but hopefully you can see like that glow also. So I'm gonna go right on top of that with my foundation. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and I am in the shade Mahogany in this one. I haven't used this in a while, so I'm just gonna shake it up a little bit. Then I'm just gonna pump it right on my face. Start off with 2 pumps. And then I'm gonna blend this one out with my sponge. And I don't know if I said this, but I'm in the shade Mahogany. I think I did say that, but anyway, I'm just gonna blend this out. And this has like, to me, it has like a soft matte finish. I actually think it's very similar to the Fenty soft matte foundation, to the point where, to me, this is like a dupe for that Fenty foundation. The only thing is with this one, this shade matches me perfectly, but when I wear Fenty, I have to mix 2 shades together. All right, I'm just blending out on the other side. I don't put a whole lot of foundation like right on my under eye area, especially if I'm wearing like a matte finish one, because my under eyes, they dry out really fast. So that's why this part might look kind of bare. And for my under eye concealer, I'm using what I use all the time, the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Mocha. And I'm going to layer this on. So I'm going to put 1 layer on, blend it out, then go on top of it with another layer. So I'm just concentrating it like right where I want most of my coverage to go. And then I like to blend my under eye concealer out with a brush. So I'm just gonna pat it out. And then I always go up here to try and camouflage my glasses marks. And this isn't gonna look fully covered right now, but like I said, I'm gonna go on top of it with another layer in a second. And I'm going right back on top of that with some more concealer. I'm applying it the same way that I did the first time. I'm gonna drag a little bit of it up on the sides of my nose rather. And I'm also gonna put just a little bit on the sides of my mouth because I have little dark spots right there. So what I like to do is, after I apply that second layer of concealer, I like to have it just sit, and then I'm going to do my brows off camera. So I'm going to be using the ABH Brow Powder Duo in Granite. So that's what this one looks like. I'm going to do that off camera while the concealer is like sitting and getting a little thicker, and then I'll blend it out on camera. Okay, my brows are done. I just did an updated brow routine video, so I will have that linked in my description box if you want to wear that. So now my concealer has been sitting for maybe like 5 minutes now. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it out the same way I did before. I'm dragging it up just a little bit, like right underneath the front of my brow, because I always feel like my eyes look really dark right there, even though I am going to be putting some eyeshadow primer there, but still. Okay, so now that I have most of it blended out, like right around where I want the coverage to be, I'm gonna take the residual product and I'm just gonna blend it out kind of like a little further down and out just a little bit to give myself kind of like that lifting effect over here. And then I'm also gonna blend it out on the corners of my mouth, and I'm just patting it in place because again, I want the coverage to stay right up in this area here. I always feel like these little dark spots on the side of my mouth, they make me look like I'm frowning or something because it makes it look like my lips are going down, I guess. And sometimes when I do my makeup, I forget about this little spot right here and I don't notice it until like my makeup is all done and then I try to like go take a selfie or something. All right, I'm picking up my foundation brush again. I'm gonna go right back with the side that I used to apply the foundation, and I'm just going to pat like right in the areas where my concealer and my foundation are meeting each other, just to make sure that everything is blending like one into the other and we can't see any harsh lines. Okay, so this is what my base is looking like. I'm gonna go in and set it with my Pretty Vulgar setting powder. And I think because I'm wearing a matte finish foundation, I'm not gonna set my whole face today. And because I used that this stuff at the beginning, like I said, I do want to have like a subtle glow going on, so I'm not going to set the foundation. I'm just going to set my under eye for today. So again, using the same sponge, but this time I'm turning it around to the clean side. I'm just going to dip it into my powder and lightly set under the eye. I just ordered one of the Fenty setting powders and my Sephora package is finally shipped out. It shipped out today, so I'm supposed to get it on Monday. I'm so excited because I placed that order like 3 weeks ago. So now it's finally on its way. But anyway, so this is what we're looking like so far. I am going to apply some eyeshadow primer and then we're gonna go right into the eyes. So we're gonna be starting off with the NYX Ignite palette, and actually this color scheme to me like screams fall, but there's a couple of colors in here that I think would be nice for today. So I'm gonna start off with this sparkly shade here. To me that comes off as kind of like a maybe like a dark peach shade almost. So we are going to do like a simple look because we want this to be like a simple and soft look, but I do want like a little bit of sparkle, you know. So I'm going to just plop that all over the lid. And of course, if I were to use my finger to apply this, it would come off more pigmented, but I don't want a super bold look for today. So next I'm gonna go in with this matte shade here. I'm taking the same brush, but I'm just using the other side. And I'm gonna kind of do this in 2 steps. So first I'm just gonna take the brush just to apply the color right on the outer corner. And then I'm picking up the same shade on a fluffy brush. And then I'm just gonna buff it out. So I'm just blending kind of like around that shade a little bit. Blending it around but with the same color. I'm also going to go right in between where the 2 shades meet, and I'm just going to blend just so that the shimmery shade is blending right into the matte shade seamlessly. I'm going back into my flat shader brush and I'm picking up a little bit more of the shimmery shade, and I'm just gonna hit like the very inner part of my lid because I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's just not a whole lot of shadow like right here where I'm placing the shadow. Okay, and I think for my inner corner, I'm going to use a liquid eyeshadow. This is one that I just picked up in a recent Ulta haul. So this is one of the e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows in the color Flirty Birdie. So it looks like a nice like rose gold shade. So I'm just going to take just a little bit of this and I'm going to dab it right in my inner corner. And we're going for, again, like a soft, like everyday look, but just, you know, a little tiny pop of color here and there, or I should say pop of sparkle. I'm taking a small brush and I'm just going to very gently just kind of pat it right into the inner corner area. If you watched my last video, I was having like a lot of problems with my eyeshadow, and unfortunately I didn't realize until after I was done filming and everything that I had like a whole bunch of eyeshadow like right in the inner corner, and it was just like so obvious to me on camera, but unfortunately I just didn't realize it when I was filming. But anyway, that's why I'm being so particular right now and just making sure I'm getting it like right in the inner corner. I think I'm gonna go on top of it with just a little bit more. Yeah, that looks a little bit better to me. And then I'm just gonna pat it out just like I did the last time. I'm gonna take the same matte color that we used on the outer part of my lid. I'm gonna put that on the outer part of my lower lash line. But just on the very outer part of it. And then I'm gonna take my fluffy brush again and just like connect the lower lash to this eyeshadow up here. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far with the eyes. I'll finish everything up with eyeliner and mascara in just a little bit, but now we're gonna go back to the face. We're gonna move on to some bronzer. Bronzing has become like one of my favorite parts of a makeup routine lately. I am just loving how bronzer just transforms everything. So I'm gonna go in with a relatively new one. This is the Glamour Bronze Bronzer in Trailblazer from Morphe. So that's what this one looks like. I mentioned in my last video that Makeup Revolution has some new bronzers coming out, or they're out already, and I cannot wait to try them because they look very, very nice. So anyway, I'm just bronzing around my hairline, my cheekbone, and I also put a little bit of this on my jawline. So you should be able to see, like on this side of my face, to me it just looks instantly better. Like it just looks like sun-kissed and warm all of a sudden. And then switching to a smaller brush, I'm just gonna put some of this down the sides of my nose. And then I'm gonna go back on top of that with my sponge. I always like to put bronzer on and then soften it right back out. I know that may sound like counterproductive, but I don't want my nose to look like super snatched. I just want like a little dimension in my face here and there. So I don't want my nose to look like contoured. I want it to look more bronze as opposed to contoured. So I'm going to be trying a new blush today. This is one of the Natasha Denona blush duos. I don't think this has a name. If it does, it's not on here, but this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, well, this is definitely going to be my blush. I'm going to see about this as my cheek highlight, but let's do the blush first. And this is going to be like a very light, subtle, well, all blushes should be, you know, light, subtle flushes of color on your cheek. But this one, the way it looks in the pan, looks like it's definitely going to be subtle, which I think it is. I actually feel like I got a little bit more blush over here. I'm gonna see if I can maybe tone it down a little bit with my foundation sponge. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah, I feel like I just applied a little too much over here. All right, so I'm gonna try this other shade as my cheek highlight. If I don't like it, I'll go on top of it with something else. But again, I want something that's kind of like subtle, just like a little hint of glow here and there. So I don't want a blinding highlight today. So I'm also trying a new brush to see how I like this for applying highlighter. So this is meant to be a blush, so it may be a little too subtle, but we'll see. I feel like I can see it. I do feel like it's just a tad too subtle though. Just a little bit, you know? Like it's brightening that area, but it's not really highlighting it. So just for the cheekbones, I'm gonna go on top of it with MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This is the shade Double Gleam. I'm going on top of it with just a little tiny bit of this. See, I can instantly see a difference, but I feel like y'all may not be able to see it as well as I can because I'm like right up on the mirror. But that just added like just a little tiny bit of extra sparkle. So I'm also putting a little bit of that on the arch of my brow and down the center of my nose. Okay, I'm gonna set everything in place. I'm using the same setting spray that I always use. I really like this stuff. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte. Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go setting spray. All right, my face is all set. I also did my eyeliner and my mascara off camera, so I'll zoom you in so you can see the finished look. I used the Hank & Henry liquid eyeliner and the Petite and Pretty mascara. That's what I use in every video, or that's what I've been using lately in every video. So now we're gonna finish everything off with some lips. We're starting off with the Wet n Wild Color Icon Lip Pencil. All of the writing has dissipated from this. I don't remember the name of this color, but I think this is called Chestnut. So I'm gonna line my lips with this. That actually took kind of long because I did have Vaseline on my lips. I didn't think to blot some of it off, so it took me a minute to put that on. So now I'm gonna go on top of that with the Maybelline. I forget, I think this is part of the Buffs line, but this is the Maybelline lipstick in Maple Kiss. And I have so many Maybelline lipsticks. I don't remember what line this is from. I'm pretty sure it's the Buffs though. Okay, so this is my finished look for today, my soft summer makeup look. I really hope that y'all like it. If the weather is nice where you are this weekend, I hope that you're able to get out and still socially distance and get some fresh air, stretch your legs, but just remember to be safe. I'm definitely gonna be outside in our backyard a lot this weekend because it's the first time that it's really starting to feel like summer around here. So I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you like my makeup today. If you haven't already subscribed, I really hope you'll consider doing so. That would really help me out, and I hope to see y'all back for my next one. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.